Hi there, VIP Kid friends. I'm Ariel Selwyn with arielselwyn.com. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about the Level 2 students today. So Level 2 are 6 to 9 years old, about around there, and they could be transitioning from Level 1 to Level 2, or they could be starting from just right into Level 2. So they might know a little bit of English, or they could be starting from no English. So the biggest complaints, or the most frequent complaints that we are getting from parents, is the lack of TPR. The teacher is too boring and not engaging enough. The teacher is not making enough corrections on the student's grammar, and that the teacher is impatient. When they say the teacher is impatient, they're meaning more that the teacher is speaking too fast, or not waiting for the student's reply. So we're going to talk about what we do need to do to get better parents grading and make those parents happy. Okay, so number one, we're going to be making sure we're using lots of TPR, and a great thing to do is make sure that you're getting the student to do it with you. Okay, so we want to be engaging the student and being interactive with the student. So we want to be doing TPR, but we also want to be making sure the student's doing it with us and get them to engage with us and having fun with us, so that they're connecting the English words to the visual or to the motion. We also want to encourage correction. So we want to be listening very carefully to their grammar. Sometimes I can get very caught up in doing the lesson that there's times where I'm listening very carefully and making every single correction, but there's times that I'm getting so caught up in the lesson or enjoying the conversation that I can easily forget, or not even forget, but miss something that I should be correcting. So we want to do lots and lots of repetition. Don't forget to do the repetition. We want, like I said, the student engagement. Another way you can do that is lots of tools, lots of props, lots and lots of rewards. They get very excited about the rewards. I think all of you know, go to Target, has the dollar section right in the front there, the dollar store, Costco. I love Amazon, absolutely love it. You have to search for the cheap things on Amazon, but they have so many things. You can get anything on Amazon. A lot of you have little kids. I always ask my 9-year-old, she's my youngest. I have 4 kids. My youngest is 9, and she is a pack rat. I always ask her, what do you have in your room? Do you have this in your room? Do you have that in your room? It's very easy to pick up things at the grocery store. A piece of fruit is, less than $1. Those are great props, little things at the grocery store, and then you can eat it afterwards. Fruits, vegetables, any kind of produce is extremely cheap. Your energy level, make sure your energy level is high. You don't want to be sitting there a bit tired and boring, Obviously it's, a lot of you teach early in the morning, but fake it till you make it. You can fake it for an hour or two. You can. I know you can do it. I have 100% confidence in you. Make sure that you're using extensions, not extra talking. We don't want just extra talking. It needs to be purposeful. It needs to be purposeful extensions. Also, model with your words. Model it, have them do it. Obviously, that's what model means. But I do, we do, they do. So when you're doing your extensions, model it for them. Be very patient. This is one of the complaints of the parents, and they don't mean that the teacher was impatient, like getting frustrated. What they meant was that the teacher wasn't giving the student enough time to respond. So for example, this is a very simplistic example, but when the teacher, say, was asking, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? There wasn't enough time for the student to respond. So you want to say, what do you see? And give the student time to answer, to wait patiently for the student to think, wait patiently for the student to draw a line, wait patiently for the student to circle. But don't keep asking, because the student will get overwhelmed, and then the student gets frustrated because they're not having the time to think. Think if someone's asking you a question in another language. You have to digest it. You have to have time to think through it. We don't know the other answer right away. When someone's asking us a question in another language, I would get overwhelmed. If someone's asking me something in Chinese, I have no idea what that means. First of all, they have to speak slowly. Number 2, I have to think through it, what it means. And then we have to have time to actually respond on the screen, Okay, so, just put yourself in their shoes when you're asking them a question. Then you need a professional setting. Remember to have a professional background. Remember to look professional. It's early in the morning, but do something, you know, to make yourself look professional and your background professional. Let's not show up in our pajamas, okay? And then make sure you're correcting the grammar. That is something the parents really want to be corrected. They are not paying for this for their kids to have poor English grammar. They really want it to be good grammar. So also be funny. You know, the students want to have fun. They've been sitting in school all day. They want to loosen up a little bit and they want to have fun. So I've heard some teachers, you know, falling out of their chair or pretending that the puppet's sneezing on them. That cracks the students up, okay? So a few tips for time management. You know, we are supposed to be stopping between 25 and 28 minutes. So, you know, what if you are not getting through the slides? What if you can't get through them? Then I've heard some teachers say, you know, make sure you are just focusing on the objectives. Just only focus on the objectives. Really try to rein it in. What if you are getting through the slides too quickly? Well, maybe go back and see if you're really fulfilling, really filling out that slide. What else could you teach? Are you teaching the objective thoroughly? Are you doing enough extension questions? Or maybe, I know one teacher had said she has a bag full of objects that she's collected, and then she'll make an extend on that and pull some things out and say, you know, what is this? And, you know, talk about that, try to have some questions about that, or ask the student, you know, can you find, and she'll do a certain color, or she will, you know, just to get them talking. Or she'll say, can you find something big? Or can you find something small? Or can you find something blue? You know, to extend the lesson, because you don't ever want to end early. You know, the parents want to go at least to 25 minutes. So if you're ending too early, think of something to extend. I've heard some teachers, you know, read a book if they end early, but that's really not the greatest idea, is what I'm hearing from some of the instructors and some of the mentors, because students can go online and hear a book read to them. So that's not something that the parents really want to pay for. They really want to pay to have the student be speaking English, to have a conversation with someone who is speaking English. So if you're ending early and you're going to extend, make sure it's an extension where the student is having to speak English. Trying to think if there is anything else that I can think of. But anyway, I hope that helps. Most of all, what my biggest recommendation is to watch a lot of videos, get some ideas, but then really come into your own as a teacher and just do your best job and make it memorable, make those parents fall in love with you, make the students fall in love with you, and just really care about them and add as much value as you can. So, all right, thanks so much. I hope this was helpful, and pop over to my website, arielselwyn.com.